In recent polls, over 40% of Americans said that they have a fear of public speaking. Glossophobia, the clinical name for this fear of public speaking, is right at the top of many of our lists of fears. But at some point or another, we've all got to give speeches and presentations in front of an audience, usually for school or work purposes. Does this mean that we're all completely doomed? Well, not necessarily. In this video, we're going to go over 3 different techniques to manage any stress and anxiety that we all get before giving a presentation. These are all science-backed techniques that are quick to implement and don't require much time to put in place. So let's get right into it. Technique number 1. Practice like your life depends on it. Here's the raw truth. You can't outthink presentation jitters, but you can definitely outpractice them. Every extra run-through tells your brain, "Hey, we've been here before," and that familiarity dials down the alarm bells. A 2021 survey of university speakers found that practice and preparation was the single most used and most trusted strategy for shrinking stage nerves, ranking above breathing drills or positive self-talk. And the tech crowd is taking it a step further. A recent Cambridge University study put anxious students into a VR arena packed with 10,000 virtual spectators. After just one session, the number who still called themselves anxious speakers crashed from 65% to 20%. That's stress inoculation in action. Exposure, pressure, repeat. So what does practice like your life depends on it look like in reality? Well, start with full body rehearsals. This means standing while practicing, clicking the remote like you might during the live presentation, and gesturing. Your muscle memory needs a workout too. Record and review your practice sessions. Video catches filler words and wandering eye contact that you never notice in the mirror. Try using pressure ladders. Do your initial practice and rehearsals alone, then add practice in front of a friend, then 3 colleagues, then a small room, etc. Each rung feels scarier than the last, until it suddenly doesn't. Time yourself. Hit your target presentation length with a 30-second margin 5 times in a row. Consistency builds confidence. Simulate distractions. Play background chatter on YouTube while rehearsing, let a friend cough, or search online for the VR stage practice rooms if you have the equipment at hand. If you can present to yawning avatars, a real boardroom or audience will feel tame. And finally, remember the old coaching line: repetition is the mother of skill. Give your future self the gift of relentless, deliberate rehearsal and watch any panic you had shrink to a manageable buzz. Technique number 2. Visualize the battleground. Picture this. Before a single word leaves your mouth, you've already been on that stage a dozen times in your head. Mental rehearsal isn't woo-woo, it's brain tech. A 2025 meta-analysis found that structured imagery not only sharpened skills, but consistently lowered pre-event anxiety across sports and performance studies. In fact, sports psychologists tracking Olympians say visualization can boost actual performance by up to 45%, no extra push-ups required. So, how do we hijack that power for your presentation? Step 1. Run the highlight reel and the blooper reel. Swimming legend Michael Phelps has repeatedly spoken about visualizing both perfect races and disasters. So everything from fogged goggles to ripped suit, the works, so nothing catches him off guard when the starter gun goes off. Do the same. See your slides click smoothly, then imagine the projector failing and yourself calmly switching to Plan B. Your brain files both as already handled. Step 2. Scout the arena. If you can, step into the room where you'll be giving your presentation a day early. Stand where you'll speak, test the mic, note the nearest power outlet. Research around public speaking anxiety shows that simply visiting the venue in advance strips away a layer of uncertainty and eases nerves on game day. Don't have access? Do a slow, detailed walkthrough in your mind. Note the floor layout, lighting, even the squeak of the door. Step 3. Add sensory pixels. Don't just see the audience. Hear the low pre-talk chatter. Feel the clicker in your hand. Smell fresh coffee at the back table. The more senses you engage, the stronger the neural blueprint your brain stores. Step 4. Schedule mini visualization sprints. 2 minutes while the kettle boils, or 5 on the commute. Frequency beats marathon sessions when it comes to visualization. Consistency trains your autonomic nervous system to treat the real event as familiar territory, not a terrifying, unfamiliar encounter. Spend a week walking the battleground like this, and by showtime, the physical room and the mental one feel like home turf. Your body still gets an adrenaline pop, but the panic dial is set to manageable buzz, and that's exactly where great presentations live. Technique number 3. Get into your body. When your head is spinning, the fastest way to calm it is by switching attention to your muscles, your breath, and your heartbeat. Science agrees with this. Researchers tracking university students found that even a single 10-minute bout of moderate exercise cut their state anxiety scores almost in half right before a stressful task. And fresh data from a 2025 meta-analysis shows the same payoff for adults over 60. Regular movement lowered anxiety almost as effectively as some first-line medications, without the side effects. So how do you translate that into your own pre-presentation routine? Think of it like tuning an instrument. If you're in your 20s or 30s and already active, a short burst of cardio, like jogging on the spot, climbing stairs, or shadowboxing for 5 minutes, will flood your system with endorphins and burn off the extra adrenaline. If your joints complain or you're carrying a bit more weight, swap that for a brisk walk around the block or a gentle swim. You still get the chemical shift, just minus the impact. For older presenters, light dynamic stretching paired with deliberate breathing is often enough to nudge the vagus nerve and bring your heart rate down. Remember that the goal isn't to get fit in the gym bro sense. The goal is to shake up your physiology so your mind can settle. The billionaire entrepreneur Richard Branson puts it simply, "I can be less busy but more productive by making exercise a daily habit." Borrow that mindset. Schedule a movement micro-session an hour before you speak. Keep it enjoyable so you'll actually do it. Notice how your shoulders drop, your voice steadies, and your thoughts clear. That little ritual tells your nervous system, "We've got this," and the stage suddenly feels a lot less threatening. The Calm Performance Protocol. We've put together a completely free printable protocol that contains 3 more industry secrets to staying calm under pressure. We recommend printing it out, which is why we designed a full-color version and an ink-friendly version for you to download, and then keeping it nearby as you practice in the run-up to your presentation. It's completely free, and you can find a link in the description below this video, or scan the QR code on screen to get your hands on it. That's all for this video. Hopefully these 3 unique techniques help you cross the finish line of your presentation without going through a full-blown panic attack. If you still need more help with presentation anxiety and stress, then maybe check out this video all about beta blockers, which are a class of prescription medications that many people use to help with their anxiety symptoms. And until next time, break a leg!